Cyril Ramaphosa is a disgrace. He is a disappointment. He is an absolute embarrassment to this country, and he should immediately resign. But I started with a little bit more. But I absolutely am going to tell you why. That man is a useless, spineless failure. And it's a bit of an embarrassment that Alec opened the introduction of me by saying that, you know, our family gave Cyril Ramaphosa the chance to step up. So if I'm to blame, I apologize to all of South Africa, all of Africa and the world for such a disgrace being the president of our country. And if we also gave Patrice Motsepe his step up by selling Angloval Mining to Patrice Motsepe, which is African Rainbow Minerals, I have to say something good about him first. He is a very good man and a decent man and a charming and generous man, and he was the first person in Africa to sign the Giving Pledge to give away a majority of his money when he dies to charity. First person in Africa. So Patrice, you've got one more thing to do and you haven't done it. You need to stand up and say that you are disgusted with the ANC today, and you will resign your membership and stop giving them money. And the minute you do that, you are the legend you deserve to be. But until you do that, we're holding you to account for not doing it. So I've already gone off piste. Let me see what I can start. These slides were going to be, I don't normally do slides, but these slides, because I created that logo, and the logo's got a black hand and a white hand, but the white hand ended up because I'm making the speech. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm like wandering around. I'm going to go quickly into these slides. Do you know our cabinet has 27 ministers? 27! Every minister has a DG and teams beneath them. What the hell do these people do? Norway has 15. I think I jumped 2 slides there. So let me show you very quickly why do we need a minister of women? What does a minister of women do? I thought men and women were treated equally. Why do we need a whole ministry there? And look, when I flick down very quickly, the ages of these people. These are corrupt clowns, criminals, our cabinet, of Cyril's clown cabinet. Look at them. Look at the age of these people, okay? Other than 1 or 2, most people are my age. They're Madala. And a lot of them are older. And all of them are incompetent. They've been moved from ministerial post to ministerial post without any skills in any of them. And not a single one of these people has ever been in business. So they don't know how to run organizations. They don't worry about the bottom line. They just worry about what they are getting out of it. This clown cabinet runs the country. It's disgusting. Makes me angry when I look at some of these people. Now, I know Enoch, the finance minister, he's a good guy, okay? Naledi Pandor is a good person, but very, very few others. The lady who's in charge of human settlements reached out to me, said, I'm trying to get what business needs in this country so we can at least find a middle ground. So there is some good there, but there's a lot of bad and a lot of evil. And I've got to say that if you put Bekele at the top of the evil list, he'd be number 1, 2, and 3. What a disaster. What a useless piece of... I'll stop right there. So these useless people are running our country, and these useless people are going to get voted in 2024 unless the coalition gets their act together and unless the 55% of the population who didn't vote get out and vote. 55% of our voting population did not vote. We need them to vote. And we need all of you to get up, donate, and vote for the opposition. I'll talk about that in a second. Look at these joke people. From an investor standpoint, I said last year that South Africa is not investable from a foreign direct investor standpoint. Why would a foreigner put a cent into this country? You've got BEE, theft. You've got EWC, theft. You've got an incompetent cabinet of clowns. You've got over-regulation. And you've got elites raping and pillaging this country, and a disorganized opposition at the moment, but coming together. Why would anyone invest in this country? My views changed slightly. I think that investing in this country is now, I called it binary, but Vinny in the front didn't understand what binary meant. So I said, investing in this country is a coin toss. You know, it's red or black. It's win or lose. It's leave or stay. That's where we are right now. And if you invest, we boot the ANC out in 2024, and a coalition of the good come in, you will make a fortune. But if these clowns remain in power, you might as well write your investment off, because they've broken every state-owned enterprise. They're stealing rampantly, and there's not going to be much left. So for the young people in this country, and this is advice people ask me, you should leave. You should get matric or university done and leave the country. Now people get angry at me for saying this, because they go, it's not patriotic and you should tell people to stay, and you're a patriot, Rob, and you're not leaving, you should tell other people to. But I'd be lying. We've got a huge mess to deal with. We've got to turn around a nose-diving economy and a country bordering on the edge of becoming a mafia state. We are a failed economy already. We're about to become a mafia state. So, we're a failed state. The criminals have taken over the government. The ANC has become Africa's new mafia, eclipsing Nigeria in structural criminality. How's that for an embarrassment? We have regressed, as Bill Johnson told us very clearly yesterday. And how that spineless Cyril Ramaphosa deals with Phala is the ultimate test of what happens to this country. He is guilty on about 14 charges, if you look at it carefully. He's guilty, but he's not saying a word. His lawyers have said, don't say a thing, because all he's focused on is December the 10th, power, ANC. And the nasty RET leftists, Arthur Fraser and the Zuma gangsters, have thrown the hand grenade at Cyril and shown him for what he is. The emperor has no clothes. And yesterday, the elephant gave birth to a mouse. Cyril is spineless, useless, and has passed his sell-by date. I think if you look at his face, he knows he's lost the plot, and he never had the plot to start with. And the sooner he resigns, the better. And for those of you who say, but what happens when Cyril leaves? He was protecting us. Let's face the evil now. Otherwise, we die a death of 1,000 cuts. Let's face what comes next now. If it's Paul Mashatile, let's face Paul Mashatile. If it's the rotten RET crowd, let's face them now. You know, patience has its limits, but at a certain point, what it really is cowardice. Where's the Harry Oppenheimer of our generation? Harry Oppenheimer stood up and publicly took on the Nats. But he also stood up and publicly supported financially and vocally the opposition. We don't have a Harry Oppenheimer of this generation. We have a number of brave business people who've stood up and said the right thing. Johan Rupert, the Capitec guys, and a number of others. But none of them have really said, and I'm putting my money behind the DA or Action SA, and I'm supporting DA and the Action SA. They pull back from that. Why? What are they scared of? What is everyone scared of? I got a lot of death threats last year after my speech. I got thrown into a maelstrom of hell that I did not realize was going to happen after my speech. Alec, thank you very much. Did I lose friends? I lost a lot of friends who won't speak to me. I lost some great contacts, and I lost millions and millions of dollars. When I was in 2 businesses I was fundraising for, certain institutions pulled out. because Rob was too political. His head was too above the parapet. And that's a separate story, and I will tell you that one day soon. But the reason I'm back here today, and the reason I'm speaking and putting my life on the line, my family's life on the line, because I do think I got away with it the first time, and I'll tell you how. But this time people might say, all right, enough is enough. Had enough of Hersov. Let's fucking knock him out. And the reason I'm not afraid, and you shouldn't be either, is I fucking love this country. I can't think of a better way of saying it. And I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to pull down. I'm not going to hold back until this evil crowd that's running this country is gone and replaced by the good people that this South Africa can produce in spades. I will not give up. And I want all of you to stand up, shoulder to shoulder with me, and call these evil people out for what they're doing to our country. Enough is enough. I've really had it. And the Mandela legacy, in my view, is over. So, how many got? 2 minutes left. I really have gone off piste here.